Hey guys, welcome back to my channel, Make It Make, where I always try to encourage you guys that if you can get it to make, then make it make with what you have in your house. Anyway, I'm excited because today I'm going to be canning some spicy pickled eggs, and I'm just going to show you how we do it. I do have a couple of things on the counter here. You don't have to use every single spice that I have because you can tailor it to however you want it to be done. So for the base of the brine, I've got some vinegar. You could use some apple cider vinegar or your white vinegar as long as your acidity is at 5%. Canning salt, I do recommend using only a canning salt, no iodized salt please. And obviously your eggs. For spiciness, I use some jalapenos, crushed red peppers, black peppercorns, dill seed, mustard seeds. You can add a little bit of sugar if you want and some garlic cloves. Again, you can tailor it however you want. So I will say that this is a canning recipe. If you do not want to can it, you can put it in the fridge and let it sit for about 7 days before you eat them, because the longer they sit, the better pickling taste that you get from them. And as a very quick disclaimer, this is not a USDA approved recipe. According to the National Center of Home Food Preservation and the USDA, they do not recommend that you can eggs. So the reason why I do it, I've got my reasons. I'm sure there's gonna be so many people saying, you know, why do it, don't do it, whatever. But I've grown up my whole life in Amish country and Mennonite country, and I've been taught how to do that. And it's been passed on from generation to generation, and I feel safe with that. So that's why we personally do it ourselves, but it is not something you have to do. Again, if you wanna refrigerate it, you can, or you can can it. So anyway, let's get to it. Okay, so the first thing I'm going to do is start cooking my eggs, and I actually cook my eggs in an Instant Pot here, and I use the 5-5-5 method. If you're interested in that, I will put the link down below on how to do that. Now, I don't know if you guys can see here, hopefully you can. I am going to fully sterilize my jars by submerging them in hot water. Just when I do recipes like this, I like to make sure that my jars are completely 100% sterile.
The base of this recipe is the brine. Basically, you want to add 15 cups of vinegar. I added a combination of white vinegar and also apple cider vinegar. The next thing you want to add is 3/4 cup of canning pickling salt. This is the type of salt you want to use for the canning method. While your eggs and brine are cooking, I start to cut up my jalapeno peppers, and I like to cut these guys up in nice thick chunks.
I'm also going to be adding some garlic cloves. Always adds a great taste to your eggs. This is optional, of course. Anything beyond the brine that I just showed you is pretty much optional in what you want to put in your eggs.
Traditionally, after I am done cooking my eggs, I like to soak them in an ice bath for about 5 minutes. Then I start cracking them open, and this, guys, is the part where you want to be very careful. You want to make sure that as you are peeling your eggs that you are not nicking them at all with the eggshell or with your fingernails. If the egg is nicked or sliced, please discard it. You want the eggs that you choose for the canning method to be completely intact. If your egg looks anything like this, where it is nicked, cracked in any way, or just where the egg looks like it could jeopardize the rest of your canning eggs, then do not use it. While I was at it, I decided to cook up some quail eggs. If you don't really feel like committing to a full pickled egg, these guys are great to have.
Okay, so we have our nice sterilized jar here, and I'm just going to add some garlic clove in here, some hot peppers, peppercorns, things that we kind of like and have come across that we put in ours. Some mustard seed. You can play with it any way you like. Add our eggs. Our peppers.
And from here on out, you can just keep jarring. I decided to refrigerate my quail eggs because I was really excited. I wanted to have them a lot sooner than the canned ones. And so I really stuffed this jar with as many quail eggs as I possibly could.
Okay, so now that everything is canned and jarred, we are going to be starting the canning process. And I have all my jars right here ready to go. And I'm going to be putting them in a hot water bath for 15 minutes. If you want to be on the safer side, you could do 20 minutes. But today I will be doing 15. Spicy pickled eggs. And again, this is not a USDA approved recipe, so if you are not one for the canning method, you can put it in the fridge. And I would probably wait about at least a week, so that way the brine gets nice and full into those eggs. It makes them nice and tasty. If you did can them, I would wait about 2 weeks for that as well. As far as storing them, store them like any other canned goods, you know, in a nice cool place if possible, and you know, in the dark. Other than that, I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and like I always say, if you can't get it to make, then make it make. That's what we do here. And as always, God bless.